Here we are again with Mr. Vergara. What tale of lies do you have for us today? Again, it comes back to being educated enough to look at things objectively, being an adult, being capable of understanding basic logic and reason, etc. Something we all know Leafy has proved to be incapable of. If you go to Fairfax Underground, you can see there are no arrests for me, but you can find records on Carrie. See all of the things she was charged with. Ha! Interesting. But when you search by your AKAs you do find arrests, even more than the ones on your background report. How do you explain that? Does not have my same name, does not have my same date of birth, and does not have my same address. The fact that you moved later does not change that it is you. The charges match the same known AKAs you have used, and the addresses and date of birth are the same as in your background reports. Not me. You're just an idiot who can prove nothing. Why do you always throw an insult whenever someone proves you lying? We will come back to this. Continue with your stupidity. It was just sheer bitterness and an attempt at getting some kind of revenge, but in the end you failed again and it made you both look foolish. I'm 100% okay with every single link you posted that applies to me. Listen Leafy, I too have hundreds of links I could just throw out there blindly. I too could have posted a ton of meaningless links a long time ago. To make my point, let me give you some examples of links similar to the ones you posted that I also could have posted a long time ago. But what would have been the purpose in posting these links prior to today? Sure, they're all public information, but what relevance do they have to our situation? Well, they sure as hell prove that the only person doing anything out of sheer bitterness would be yourself. That's just a very small sampling of what has gone on here with my family, but just assume those handful of things for the purpose of this exercise. Now, assume you also find public information about this photographer being divorced twice before the age of 30, having a hit on their record for domestic violence in 2008, having a checkered education history, etc. Exactly how old do you think Carrie is? We have already established you have a poor grasp on math, because you do not seem to know how old your daughter is. But I will start with checkered education history. Mr. Vergara here seems to think that you can judge a school by its definition in the Urban Dictionary. Yeah. Want to know about a school? You look it up in the Urban Dictionary. That would be the most logical place to look, but do a basic Google search and look at the first 5 pages of results, and you see the school is accredited. The school is part of the Laureate International Universities, and if that is not enough for you, Mr. Vergara GI Jobs named Walden to its 2014 list of military-friendly schools, which honors the top 15 of colleges, universities, and trade schools that are doing the most to embrace America's veterans as students. Walden University's master's and doctoral programs, in fields including public health, health professions, nursing, psychology, management, education, and mental health, were ranked among the top 5 in multiple categories in diverse issues in Higher Education's 2013 Top 100 Producers of Minority Graduate Degrees. So what is there that you do not seem to understand? But the Urban Dictionary said, shut the fuck up. Next is Mr. Vergara claiming Carrie has a record he can prove with his links. Carrie G. Lee is on the background report he gave us. That is great stuff. Even a link to some profile photos of an Asian woman. I mean, you met her, didn't you? Maybe you thought she was pretending to be a chubby white lady when you met her, but really she is a Asian lady? Really? But she has arrests on fairfaxunderground.com. Interesting that you can search the Urban Dictionary for Carrie's school, but you can't search the reputation of Fairfax Underground, not even on ripoffreport.com, which says, I have been living in Fairfax for 5 years. I have been laid off by the government due to sequestration. I was looking for jobs and figured I would use this website to get information on some things in the areas they hold blogs forums about. At first I thought the website was reputable because it seemed like it was a link to the Fairfax County government. The more time I spent on it, the more I realized it was a bunch of people in Fairfax that seemed like they were not in a good place. There are some good things on there, but for the most part it is a negative site. People who did not get the job from interviews who seem upset and taking it out on the company, not themselves. People who have opinions and want everyone to agree with them so they can be heard and noticed. It seems like most of the people on there have no jobs and nothing else to do besides criticize others. It just seems like a lot of biased personal opinions, unfortunately, that have no factual information to back them up. They do post things like free diabetic clinics etc., but even some of those have negative people in their forums. Overall, this is not a website I will be using to obtain information. Anyone with half a brain can see that this is a bunch of people on a site that are bitter about life in so many ways. I am a person that cannot trust the opinions of those who are mad at the world. When do any of those people get what they want? Answer: never. Everyone tends to dislike them. This is a website that provides 99% unfactual information. Unfortunately, it does seem like a place you and your buddies would like, but not one that has a lot of facts, the Washington Post says. On the popular website Fairfax Underground, users launch discussion topics and post messages that are frequently profane, sometimes funny, routinely tasteless, and almost always anonymous. So that's why it was disturbing to the site's creator, and probably to its 50,000 unique visitors every week, when the Fairfax County Police obtained a search warrant for the site's records on one of its anonymous users. The person had posted the home address of a Fairfax police officer, which can be a felony in Virginia if it's done with the intent to coerce, intimidate or harass. Again, sounds like a place you would find friends, but still not a reputable website. But let's get into the hits Mr. Vergara found on Fairfax Underground. We have all seen that Mr. Vergara here has a great deal of problems with basic math, so I will explain it for him like he's an idiot. How could Carrie be aged 36 in 2007, in January 2008 be 31, but then in September 2008 be 37, and in January 2009 be 38? But on the background report you posted it says she is only 36 now. What do you mean? It is all her. The most reliable source was the one saying she is 36 now, which means none of the Fairfax Underground links are true. You prove nothing. Karki was also divorced 2 times before she was 30. Oh yes, that is so relevant to your service, and is in no way a personal attack of the photographer, but again, math and numbers elude you. Carrie was last divorced in 2009. So now Carrie was under 30 in 2009, so let's say she was 29 in Mr. Vergara's world. That was 5 years ago, so Carrie is 34 now? But she graduated high school coming up on 20 years ago, so she graduated at 14, but you know whatever makes a good story, right? Now, let me ask Leafy a question I'm sure everyone was thinking when they looked at his pictures. Leafy, knowing that you went to all of the trouble to create these fake documents, why on earth would you not use one of the criminal offenses you've been falsely trying to pin on me since back in July? Well, unlike you, I did not Photoshop these. I told everyone where to get a copy for themselves. Again, binverified.com, sign up and get the same document yourself. Mr. Vergara, the fact that you are, again, fabricating proof, shows us yet again that you're a liar. Along the same lines of what I said above, knowing that you went to all of the trouble to create these fake documents, why on earth would you enter the final disposition as not guilty, acquitted? Again, since July you've been screaming from the rooftop that I am a criminal who has been in jail multiple times, violated bail, made illegal business transactions, etc. And yet you post these sloppy and poorly faked documents all to tell the public that I was found not guilty of the charges you made up? No. I said you were arrested. I also told you that no pros was not the same as never being charged. You were the one who said you never even got a speeding ticket. Again, anyone who wants to know who the liar is, just go get your copy of his full report at binverified.com. Bottom line is that I once again have to thank Leafy for showing everyone exactly what he is. I couldn't have done it better myself. Really? I think you could have proven you're an idiot all on your own. At the end of the day, we know what you are, an uneducated nobody. A nobody who has so very little in life important to him that he has to troll the internet getting involved with the important matters of others. A nobody who has had so much difficulty in life that he finds solace in making threats to a computer and attempting to bully people through his keyboard. A nobody who has failed to find a true purpose in life. A nobody who has struggled their whole life to find an identity. A nobody who has struggled to find a way to positively contribute to society. A nobody who continuously struggles with the fact that he is incapable of things that come very easily to regular people. A nobody whose list of life accomplishments is solely dependent on his Xbox video game success. A nobody who is in such desperate need of a friend that they will defend an acquaintance regardless of the heinous behavior they have displayed. Etc. etc. Wow. Good self-reflection there, Mr. Vergara. Even added the part about your playing video games. Nice touch. Oh, guess you did not know that when you have a channel on YouTube it shows what you also watched. And it gives a playlist to people not logged in. Your YouTube playlists are full of half-naked whores and video games. I don't play video games. Always felt they made you an antisocial moron. Guess I was right. As long as you continue to spread lies about me, my family, the situation, I will defend my family and expose you as the liar you are, as I've done too many times to count at this point. And I will do so as often as necessary and will do so very loudly. Nobody spread lies about you. They show the facts. Facts that you so desperately wish to hide that you photoshopped a file to try and prove me wrong. Again, want to see who is lying? Go to beenverified.com and run a report on Mr. Vergara yourself. And while we are on that topic, you did not tell us your shocking story of what your cop buddy told Carrie. Or why you have always insisted you did not remove any reviews, and said Gig Salad removed your reviews. But Carrie showed proof you lied and had your first Thumbtack review removed. Or show a single threat me or Carrie or anyone has made to you. And now you're trying to say this is not a game. But why do you have an entire potato blog keeping score, and tell everyone you want to keep playing? If it is not a game, why are you showing a scoreboard and asking to play? And you can refer to one of our past videos about this. For your whole stupid it's a game and we are both winning crap. I am tired. And you are an idiot. So we are done with this edition of the Vergara Files. Wonder if we can get a sponsorship deal from beenverified.com? Seriously, anybody? Just download his report to see who is lying.